Всем привет, с вами Начало, и сегодня мы начинаем проходить DLC «Беда на Горгоне» в такой замечательной игре, как The Outer Worlds. И я ее прошел еще где-то после нескольких месяцев, как она вышла. А это уже первая сюжетная DLC. Вот мне предлагают груз с другого корабля взять. Его доставщик. А что это?
It's a parcel, ma'am.
Посылка, ну ясно. А что за
A
посылка?
parcel is a shipment wrapped and prepared for delivery,
Так
ma'am.
это, ну ясно.
With alacrity.
Ну окей, давай
Stand by, Captain
перекидывай
Hawthorne.
на мой корабль
An
безнадежно.
HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
Что они
They
сделали?
dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience.
Всё,
And please
спасибо.
remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Так, все. Вот тут 3 посылки. Так, из оружия у меня вот этот бластер. Мой меч. Такой пулемет. Вот такой пулемет есть. Ну, еще там есть. Так, а вот и контейнер. Рука с каким-то предметом.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching.
Голосовое сообщение.
There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Так, это было голосовое сообщение.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Так, Ада, что происходит?
Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Так, да, надо поговорить про оторванную руку.
Now, I, for one, was hoping to do the exact opposite of that.
What? Do you want to shake its hand?
Yeah, can we talk about the arm? I want to take bets on how the guy lost it. My money's on cannibals.
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy?
Well, I'm not cleaning it up.
Cleanup service request processed. Disposal of human arm from the Unreliable's cargo hold will commence in the immediate future.
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it. And
Даже
somehow,
Ада не хочет
Lucky
руку
Montoya
трогать.
had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
Well, yeah, I doubt this guy lost his arm filling out paperwork.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system.
Ну все, можно браться за дело. Так, готово. Так, что у нас по луту? Мой нож. Винтовка мощь Фина. Огнемет, ручной пулемет. Что, ну надо взять, думаю. Да, вот. Мне надо вот он больше. Нет, чинить ничего не надо. Так, а как убрать? Ну ладно. Я не могу миниган убрать. Ну ладно, ставим, значит, вот. Вот так, да. По броне у меня все прекрасно, все остальное тоже. Ну ладно, тогда пошлите вниз, полетим, куда там нам надо. В поместье Вильгельмны. Так, Анон... Вот сама и Горгона. Это астероид. На задворках галактики. Заброшенная база просто космоса, а также родной дом мародеров и контрабандистов. Да, нам туда. Все, мы прибыли. Вылазим. Беру с собой всегда я Элли. Не. Так, да, не, порвать возьму. И давайте Сэма. Продолжить. В общем, это игра от разработчиков Fallout New Vegas, от Obsidian. И скажу так, она мне очень даже понравилась. А вот это поместье.
We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folks.
Куда идет дворецкий?
Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
Так, вот ты дворецкий.
Compensating for structural damage.
Не буду его мучить, да, заберу уже все с него. Ну все, пошлите в поместье этой дамы. Ну есть немного. Все, мы в поместье, Амброуз. Это лишним не будет. Да, тут явно что-то не так. Ну и чё, у меня есть моя любимая винтовка и Фина. А вот и сама Амброуз. Ты, думаю, тут не против, я у тебя тут всего понемножку потырю.
So who the devil are you?
Алекс Хоттер.
You certainly paint a picture, and I'm certainly intrigued. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence.
Ну да, наследство не
I
очень.
hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass to Gorgon. That's right. And I take it you're the type who skips formalities, so let's get down to business.
Я не пить сюда приехал.
Now, what brings you to my house, gorgeous? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
Ну да, насчет оторванной руки.
A severed arm. How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop? Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a
Вот
bullet
видно,
over his knuckles.
доигрался.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Я могу быть новым подрядчиком.
Thank you. But the people in my orbit come and go all the time. Occupational hazard. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback. Excellent deduction. I can tell I found the right woman for the job. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Я стольких уже
You
перебил.
offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
А я могу
The
какую
man lost an
закончить?
arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
Ну,
One
продолжай.
day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Видно, ее мать не успела выбраться, и теперь на нее пытаются все скинуть.
My thoughts exactly. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
Мы-то разберемся.
I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one, naive and irresponsible as I was.
Ну, думаю, да. Ее следы должны были быть очень важными.
Maybe so, Captain, but I can't help feeling family should come first. Else, what are we working for?
Mother worked herself to the bone. She wanted to make the colony a better place, no matter who or what got sacrificed along the way. She never spared a thought for those of us who cherished her, who suffered for her idea of progress.
Ну да, получается, их Горгона рассорила.
We weren't terribly close to begin with, I'm afraid. But that accursed asteroid certainly didn't improve our relations. Mother and Gorgon were made for each other. I had the misfortune to be stuck in the middle.
Ну, как вы
I don't
думаете?
know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Но отец кто ее?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed. I need your help, Captain. Project Gorgon killed Mother and disgraced the Ambrose name, and no one has been held accountable. Spacer's Choice buried the past like a dirty secret.
Но я попытаюсь это исправить.
Neither. It's vindication I want. Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
Угу. Так, выберем сейчас. Ну да.
I believe you're the first person to ever side with me against the corporation. It's a refreshing change. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
Но с оружием проблем у меня нет.
I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem
там
blind to
мародеров, значит,
sorrow and
много.
misfortune. Then there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage. I told him everything I've told you. Just the facts. Maybe a couple of harmless embellishments. Why?
Ну да, надо
Still,
знать, все ли
you're
у меня
smart to
есть.
ask. Lucky spent most of our time together spinning a pistol around his index finger. Not sure he'll listen to any of my advice. But you won't let me down, will you, Captain?
Да я столького наворотил за последнее время. Конечно, не подведу.
That's the spirit. There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
Ну хорошо, схожу в его
You think
комнату.
maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Ну,
A
главное не
consummate
деньги.
professional. That shouldn't be a problem. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Все, новая точка.
Spacer's Choice should be the one apologizing, but thank you. Sincerely. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
SAM units cannot perform any jobs that have not been accepted by the registered customer.
Ну все, мы поговорили, можем возвращаться на корабль. Серия, видно, получится больше это разговорная. О, еще автоматонный работник, автоматрон. Все. Ай. Да, тут у них красиво. А, тут был лифт. Ну, я спрыгнул так. Ну, тогда дайте, пожалуйста, лифт спустить. Так, а вот и мой ненаглядный корабль. А вот там это Горгона. Ну, вот. Пока идет все так. Мы возвращаемся на корабль и полетим в этот салон.
I am a dirty, autonomous digital astrogator, Sam. I haven't cleaned my internals in ages. Can you hardly process the sheer quantity of dust built up in there? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of
Ну,
assistance?
посмотрим. Не,
See you
ничем.
soon, Captain.
Так. Эридан закрыт, как и Тифон Гефест. Вот, нам надо будет вот сюда. Так, ясно. Нет, нам надо вот сюда.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Вот, значит, этот астероид. Ну все, выходим.
Sanitizing within established radius.
Так, я, наверное, вместо Сэма... А, пусть будет Сэм дальше. Все, вот Горгона. А вот видно этот салун или наоборот это... тот особняк. Да, наверное, это все-таки тот особняк. Похоже довольно.
Look at those stars.
Так,
Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
мы на Горгоне. Ну, так, нам вот туда. Лифты... А, я еще так помру скоро. Все, подыши. Не, я все вот тут позабираю, лишним не будет. Так, о, магазин.
You looking for supply, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
Не, по патронам у меня всего
Found a
хватает.
pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
Так, что за кирка? Удобный инструмент для разрушения первого уровня. Не. Такое мне явно не надо. Так, обрезы, пулемет, Модель 3. Модель 3 мне не надо, у меня и так нормально все. Так, а тут что? 380 и тесак. Ясно. Не, мне из этого ничего не надо. По продаже, что у меня? Тоже ничего, думаю, продавать. Ну, кроме вот этого хлама. Все, хлам продали. Все, пока. Но мне надо в салон. А вот и салон. О, кто
Let's
это?
have a chat.
Убегай.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now.
Чего? Ну, давайте посмотрим.
Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation.
Я Саша, капитан
Good
безнадежный.
enough for me. You're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs.
Все, проверку прошли. Что ты имел в виду?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left.
Ясно, там что-то явно происходит.
Never for the better.
А как именно меняются?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin.
Да видно, те подопытные их заражают.
Never pretty.
А я где?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet
А я
on
не
the way
вытер.
downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Так, можно что-нибудь еще спросить?
Just don't ask me to dance.
Чем ты занимаешься?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
That's us.
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
Ясно. Какие
This is a
заходят люди?
sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate.
А, ну все
Then venture
понятно.
out and try again.
А что, о Горгоне знаешь?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
Ну все,
If you're heading
увидимся.
downstairs, order something sweet.
Так, ну... Не, красть ничего не будем тут. Все, нам вниз, значит, на лифте.
This place smells like Felix's turf.
Ну не жалуйся. Все, мы пришли в бар. О, Лекс.
As soon as I sober up, I'm headed back to the rooms.
As soon as I sober up, I'm heading back to the
Are
room.
you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
Ясно. Напились уже.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine.
Что тут происходит?
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Борьба за добычу.
A disagreement between professionals. None of your business.
I risked my life sneaking around Marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag
Ну
salvage.
ясно.
Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair
Мощно.
I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats. You do that for me?
Ну да, я люблю
I
помогать.
appreciate it all the same. You'll be paid for your time and expertise, of course. Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
Ну давай.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
Но как ты заявил?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
Ну, а ты
When I
можешь что
found the
сказать?
shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
Quit leading the prosecution, Hullhead. Anyway, that's my story, ma'am.
Ну, говори.
I drew an X in the dirt, with my toe. Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
Ну, мне кажется, никто не должен получить, потому что они нормально не пометили.
That ain't no kind of fair.
She ain't even from around here, Lex.
Here's a six-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for
О,
a
а
change.
это мне нравится. Такое
Little
часто
too
бывает.
often, if you ask me, but that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Рада была
Come and chat
помочь.
if you're ever feeling thirsty.
That's my captain.
Так. Ну, надо опять с ней поговорить. Так, что у нас тут? О, торговый автомат. По оружию у него всякая фигня, броня тоже. Не, мне это все не надо. Ну окей, давайте с Лекс еще поговорим. А, не, вот там еще двери есть. Давайте сюда зайдем. Элитная пехотная броня золото, 41 броня. Моя сколько случаем броня? Не, моя 53, и краси не хочу. Лекс, она явно еще пригодится. Ну, давай поговорим.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
Так эти двое вместе.
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Ну, давайте спектральной водки. Че, могу себе позволить?
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for
Как-нибудь выпью.
salvage.
Не. Ну, не совсем. Не могли бы вы объяснить, о чем это вы?
Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
Я первый новый гость. Что вы знаете о Горгоне?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrena Time came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab.
Ясно.
Very hush-hush back in the day.
Есть кто-нибудь, кто знает Горгону
Roscoe
хорошо?
might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the second floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
Кто такой Роско?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Leonora.
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone.
Мать той
She spends most of her days
с
drinking alone.
особняка не
I think
Леонора
she's looking to
случайно
hire
звали?
someone. If you're open to a side gig.
А говорила ли она с Лаки Монтой?
You know Lucky? Small asteroid. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Так, вы знали Лаки?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Да, он погиб.
The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him.
Да, жалко, что он погиб. А что случилось?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it
Я
by
не
now.
слышал.
Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Продолжай.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
Куда вы это
I'm a
знаете?
bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar.
Это
So I packaged up
его
the arm
корабль,
nice
мой
and tidy
корабль.
and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
А зачем ее отправить
I figured
решили?
Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Это да. А где он
Third
остановился?
floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Ну, вы хозяйка.
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
Значит, это субсид
Yes and no.
владеет.
Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Ну, их там много. Но я осмелюсь спросить, почему шприцы им владеет.
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat.
Типа умная?
If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
А,
You
ну
think
это
a
умно.
Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh. Imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
Ну, ясно. И как же я тогда найду эту шприцу?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on
То
a
есть
wild
ее
Sprat
практически
chase.
нереально найти.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. The Sprat Shack's gone through a lot of title holders over the years. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
Это да.
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it belongs.
Видно.
They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential. Yes. And no. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
Откуда вы
Thirsty
припасы
people come and
получаете?
go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
Ну все,
Good.
спасибо.
I've got paying customers.
Ну на этом мы завершим первую серию по дополнению «Беда на Горгоне» в такой игре, как The Outer Worlds. Продолжим в следующей серии. Всем до встречи и всем пока.